Hey guys, and welcome back. I hope this video blesses you guys. I get a lot of emails and questions from women, and they're asking me to talk about relationships and dating and all that stuff. And I think all that stuff is good, but I try not to spend a lot of time on the subjects of dating and relationships and all that, because at the end of the day, in order for all of those things to be successful relationships and successful dating and courting and all that, you have to be right first. You have to be in the right mindset and spiritually right and physically right, and I just think that it's more than a notion. It's more than just picking somebody to date and to have a relationship with. I think it's more than just saying, you know what, let's start hanging out and let's date. Because at the end of the day, these people come a dime a dozen, and you get in a relationship with people and it's like, why do I still feel this void? And so that's why I don't really talk a lot about relationships and what's the formula and this and that. But my whole thing is make sure that you're right. Make sure that you're right spiritually, physically, mentally. Like I said, it's easy to get in these relationships and there's that void that you're trying to fill, and so you're trying to find the first person that comes around the corner. I just don't want to be lonely. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. I truly believe that if you want to not be lonely, get some people to come around. You can be alone and not lonely. That. So I truly believe that when we get ourselves right first, then pray for that person, pray for that relationship that you want, because God knows, He knows what we desire, but there's a process and there's a developing stage that we must go through, and we should trust the process. And 1 Peter 3:3 tells us that beauty should not come only from the outward appearance. And so it doesn't matter how someone looks on the outside. You want to make sure that the inside is looking good. You want to make sure that we have the fruit of the Spirit. Do we have self-control? Are we gentle? Are we kind? Are we loving? We want to make sure that we have all that stuff in line before trying to even think about a relationship. And I know that some of us have that list of this person need to have this and have that and have XYZ, and I want to make sure that I have those things too. We want to make sure that we have those very things. So if you want somebody that's loving and kind and gentle and sweet, make sure that you're like that. Make sure that if you're asking for somebody that got makes this much or got no debt and all that, make sure that you ain't got no debt. Make sure that you and I totally believe that you could find somebody, y'all could grow together and all that, but the main thing is focusing on you, being the best you that you could be, because if not, you're not going to be good for anybody. And you have to love yourself too. I see a lot of people that they truly don't love themselves. Like, do you like being around you? Like, can you take you out on a date and enjoy just the presence of you? I know there's a lot of people that just be like, man, I can't stand the way I look. Like, I'm looking at this and I hate my hair. I hate the way I look. Like, how are you going to convince somebody else to love you if you don't even love yourself? So I think that that's key too. Like, you got to love you. Like, be okay with just going to the movies on a Friday with just you. Like, be okay with going to the restaurant and just having dinner with you. And of course, Jesus, He's there with us all the time. He never leaves us or forsakes us. But just be okay with you. Like, love you first, because in order to love somebody else, you got to be able to love you first. And most importantly, love God. God is love. So if we're like, I want to love somebody, God is love. And if you don't have God, how are you going to love somebody else? And that's a whole nother video of being equally yoked with someone. Got to make sure that we're equally yoked, and we can also be not equally yoked spiritually with people. It doesn't matter if they come into church with you every Sunday or what have you. You still could be unequally yoke with them spiritually, even if they claim to be a Christian. So it's all about that growth and getting you right first. And I truly believe that God will send that person your way when it's the right timing. And you think about Ruth, like she was about her father's business. She was out in the fields working the book of Ruth. She wasn't out seeking and searching, and surely Boaz found her when she was out doing what she was supposed to do. But I love you guys. I encourage you guys to continue to just love you, be the best you can be, and focus on being a better you and loving you, like loving yourself. Because if you don't love you, how are you going to be able to love someone else? Love you guys, and I pray that y'all are having an awesome day.